Steelers Nation, hold on to your seats. We've got breaking news that could spell trouble for the black and gold. Before we delve into these revelations, don't forget to smash that like button to keep the Steelers' spirits high. Now, brace yourselves as we step into this storm of updates. First off, the injury bug is taking a toll on the Steelers. It's not just any players, but critical cornerbacks like James Pierre, Levi Wallace, and Joey Porter Jr., who are under the cloud of doubt. These cornerbacks have been stepping up, and their absence could be a tough pill to swallow. But is there a silver lining to this cloud? We'll find out soon. The Pittsburgh Steelers had more bad news on the injury front. This time it was another outside cornerback, James Pierre, who couldn't practice due to an injury and is listed as questionable for the upcoming game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pierre had been filling in for the injured Levi Wallace and Joey Porter Jr., who were both dealing with injuries. Levi Wallace had injured his foot during the Steelers' Week 7 win against the Los Angeles Rams. He missed practice on Wednesday and Thursday and could only participate in a limited capacity on Friday. His status for Sunday's game against Jacksonville is questionable. Throughout the 2023 season, Wallace had been the primary right cornerback for the Steelers. However, he had recently been losing playing time to rookie second-round draft pick Joey Porter Jr. It seemed like Porter might replace Wallace as the starter this week after outsnapping him against the Rams. But Porter encountered his own injury issue during practice, hurting his right calf. This caused him to be limited in practice on Thursday and Friday, and he's also listed as questionable. Despite the injury, Porter expressed his optimism about playing this week. With these injuries, rookie cornerback Darius Rush, who has only been with the Steelers for 2 weeks after coming from the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad, is the only other fully healthy cornerback, aside from starter Patrick Peterson. Slot cornerback Chandon Sullivan has experience playing outside, and Elijah Riley can also play in the slot. In a pinch, outside cornerback Luke Barku from the practice squad could be elevated to the active roster. Now, with that ominous injury news still echoing in our ears, there's a fresh twist in the tale. Star wide receiver Deontay Johnson, who just made a triumphant return last week, finds himself on the injury report. But there's a twist here. Johnson's telling us it's just a day off, that he'll be ready to face the Jaguars head-on. Can he keep the fire alive in the Steelers' passing game? We'll dig into that right after we catch our breath. After returning in Week 8 this past Sunday following a 4-game absence due to a hamstring injury, Pittsburgh Steelers 4-2 wide receiver Deontay Johnson appeared on Thursday's injury report with a hamstring injury. The 27-year-old clarified any doubt about his availability this Sunday, stating that he will be ready for the home game against the Jacksonville Jaguars 5-2. "I was just taking a day off," said Johnson, who participated in Friday's practice. "They wanted to give my legs a rest. It is nothing serious. I am going to be ready for Sunday." In the 24-17 Week 7 win over the Los Angeles Rams, 3-4, Johnson caught 5 passes for 79 yards. For just the second time this season, Pittsburgh had both Johnson and George Pickens on the field together. Pickens led the team with 107 yards on 5 catches, his third 100-yard game of the season. "It was great to have him back," quarterback Kenny Pickett said of Johnson's return. "I think you saw the effect he can have with both George and him on the outside. They're 2 tough guys to cover." The Steelers are moving in the right direction health-wise with Johnson back. In the coming weeks, another impact player, veteran defensive lineman Cameron Hayward, may return. Hayward, who has been on injured reserve since tearing his abductor muscle in Week 1, was cleared to practice on Thursday and participated fully in Friday's practice. "It felt good. It's been some weeks," Hayward said on Thursday. "It's been a while. I am excited to just get back out there, get in the flow of things. I still have more work to get done before I get back. Taking it day by day. I am not rushing the process. The healing is taking effect, but I have to get reps under my belt. I gotta feel more comfortable with what I am doing. Trust myself, trust my body. We'll see where we are at." Hayward declined to put a timetable on when he plans to return to the starting lineup. "That's above my pay grade," Hayward said. "I am sure somebody has that planned out for me. Hope to beat that one day. I have been pressing. There have been MRIs, have had to see where my progress is. I trust what they are doing. I know my body. Know I am up there in age, but I feel like I progressed pretty well." As we wrap up this whirlwind of Steelers updates, remember to drop that like if you're on board with this roller coaster of a season, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe to stay in the loop for all things Steelers. Keep those terrible towels flying high, Steelers fans, and we'll see you in the next one.